Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on where you're located. I hope you are thriving and doing well. Thank you for tuning in to While We Wait. It's a new discussion series of empowerment focused on unmarried women ages 19 and up. However, there will always be some empowerment for everyone. I hope you like the music. My son PJ Lucky actually put this together. I think it's great. While We Wait is an empowerment chat. And a chat is a talk in a friendly and informal way. Information shared today is from teachings, books, and research, as well as from areas that I've conquered in my own life. There we go. I am not a certified life coach or therapist, just a student of life equipping myself to conquer. Today's live is sponsored by Mrs. Xavier, and that's Xavier. She is a beauty enhancer. So if you like the beat today, you can contact Mrs. Xavier on Instagram, and that's what her tag is, Mrs. Xavier, Xavier. I want to give a shout out to Chelsea Brows. The eyebrows are by Chelsea Marie. So this is an eyebrow shape and tint by Chelsea Brows, by Chelsea Marie. You can make your appointments online at Booksy. That's Booksy. Also want to give a shout out to the Suite of Beauty, my stylist, Elle. She keeps me looking good. Also, if you're interested in braids, you can contact Kalisha, and they can all be contacted or booked online. And you can put in everything-beauty, BEAUTE.com. Everything-beauty, that's BEAUTE.com. All of these beauty professionals exercise safety precautions guidelined by the government because we want to look good, but we want to stay alive, right? Our topic today is crushing the stigma of being single. Come on, let's chat. One of my favorite movies. Do you remember the film My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Honestly, my daughter and I love that movie. In particular, the scene where Mr. Portocalis says to his daughter Tula, "Get married, make babies. You look so old." That's just one of the many examples of how different cultures and how society has conditioned us to think that we must be married and we must have children by a certain age. And I get it, because even in history, and just a few examples, history shows us that many had arranged marriages in order to keep the wealth in the family. You know, that was a long time ago. History also shows us that in some locations, women or young ladies were taken at an early age to be brides so that the husband could go and take care of the farms and the crops. So he needed a woman at home to take care of the home and to have babies so they could take care of the farms, the fields, and the crops, right? But times have certainly changed, right? Not bashing marriage at all, because it is certainly a God idea and it is an institution ordained by God. But what we're looking at during this time is how do we crush the stigmas? Let's identify some of the stigmas. And if you're still single and you're over, I'll say 25, I'll say 30. I'll put it there. If you're over 30, I'm certain someone has asked you or said some of these comments to you. They'll think that if you're not married, you're unhappy. If you're not married, you are lonely. Or they might even ask you, what's wrong with you? Girl, you don't have a man? Or do you get that? I've gotten this one before. You must be gay, as if I have to be confused about my sexual preference. What does being single or unmarried have to do with your, yeah, okay. Or they'll say it's not normal at a certain age to not be married. Or I've gotten this one too. Oh, you're just too picky. Okay. You're going to be single forever. Like, come on, people. So if you're looking on and you are married, can you help us crush this stigma? We need you to help us, and it's not always the married people that do this. It's married as well as unmarried people. I don't know why, I don't know why. So a few questions. Could we not be single by choice? Could we not be? So let's deal with that. I know that is so crazy, Alicia. It absolutely is. I am single by choice. And let me tell you why. I'm single by choice because I have the understanding that water seeks its own level. So perhaps I don't want to attract someone on the level that I'm on right now because I'm still working on me. And I have to tell you that when you are working to make yourself greater, it's work. It is a journey, but it will yield great fruits. It will yield great fruit. Yes, single by choice. I really am. I am. Because this is the thing. It's not that I can't have someone. It's not that I don't get approached. There are so many different reasons. There are so many different elements here. Your lifestyle makes a difference. I happen to be a Christian, and I have selected to live a certain kind of way because of the discipline that I've chosen. I also have certain positionings in church, and those positionings come with requirements. So when you take certain commitments and certain oaths and you're in covenant, and you really understand the fullness of what you're in covenant with, then you want to do things the correct way. Doesn't that make sense? Now, marriage is absolutely wonderful. It absolutely is. But marriage is work too. And if you have not found out how to be single, not lonely, if you haven't learned how to be single, being one with you, being a whole person, then you're going in with another person to merge your lives together. There's going to be some issues. And the thing is, we really do have to be honest with who we are. And we have to also know what we want. Am I talking to anybody today? So ladies and gentlemen, we would do ourselves a great injustice if we invest in a relationship right now that leads to marriage just because it appears even that everyone else is doing it. So a transparent moment. I think not this year, but say 2019, 2018, maybe even 2017, our house, our community, okay, it seems like there may have been 20 weddings. I may be a little bit over, but I know it seems like every other month that we were attending someone's wedding, and transparent, I was like, oh my God, like, come on already, and this is the transparency, and this is something singles and unmarried people need to understand. The people that got married, they didn't get married because they were the most beautiful or the most educated or had the greatest shape or the greatest personality. None of those things. So that's another part of the stigma, because you'll begin to say to yourself, well, maybe I'm not pretty enough. Maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I don't have a good personality. And that's totally not it. Now, I'm not bashing those. I celebrate those. My family members and community, I love them. A lot of them, I was at most of their nuptials, the holy matrimony, and celebrated them. But you can feel pressured, especially when you start getting to a certain age or passing certain ages, and you start believing, you know what? Okay, maybe this is not in the cards for me. And that's totally, that may not be it. So we can't compare ourselves to other people. And then people get married for a lot of different reasons. So a few questions we need to understand. First of all, why? This is what I had to do for myself after all of these weddings. And I was like, oh my God, well, what the heck is wrong with me? I did it to myself. And I had to stop myself. And I said, Brian, well, why do you want to get married? And I think that's a valid question to ask yourself if you're unmarried and you feel pressured. I spoke to, and I think I spoke about this on the overview. I spoke to a young lady that I know that is married, and she just began to share with me. She said, everybody around me was getting married, and I began to feel pressured. So I got married, and I really feel like I settled. I'm not going to have that testimony. Now, marriage is work, but I want to have something to start with. We need a fighting chance here, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle on anything in life. So a good question to ask yourself, why do I want to get married? That's a good question. And then what does marriage look like? What is your idea of marriage? These are things that we don't look at. What is your idea of marriage? And then what kind of person are you looking for? Do you even know? And I'm not just talking about the physical, though I know that makes a difference as well, but what kind of person do you want? What is your lifestyle? You have to consider your lifestyle. I am very, very active. And honestly, I don't necessarily want to slow down. So I have to find someone that understands my lifestyle. That is huge, because if you're going, and you're both not moving in the same direction, I don't care if you're both under the same discipline, that can pose issues. So those are just a few things to stop and just think about in regards to marriage. Right? Do you even know what you want? And then this is the other thing. Everybody doesn't want to get married. So can we stop the stigmas? Help us. Can we stop the stigmas? There is a wonderful life outside of marriage, and I am finding that, and that's why I was encouraged to do this while we wait. So while I'm waiting, what am I doing? I'm working to empower myself. I'm working to better myself, to build a greater me, not for somebody else, but for myself. Because now I've been married. I got married very, very young. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't know. But you really do have to think about, okay, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? I know mine very well. I live with them. Okay. And then the other part is I'm a musician, singer, artist, and different kinds of personalities different types of things come with different types of things. Something I was sharing with my best friend, I said, I had someone tell me, oh, you are a complete package. And I said, that is not a compliment to me. Because the reason why they were saying it is because, okay, so if I guess I could still play the keys if I wanted to, so, okay, I could build a choir. I could assist someone with building a church, but that's not who I am. Those are just things that I can do. So no, maybe I'm not a complete package yet. Maybe I'm still, and you don't even know if you like me. You're just looking at what I do. So these are things that can come up when you're by yourself or you're unmarried. And listen, there's a wonderful life to live. And that's what I'm really working to get people to see their value, to see their worth. During this time of COVID, this is a wonderful time to really analyze who you are, investigate, assess yourself, find out what you like. I've been just thinking, what does a greater person look like to me? And I'm like, you know what, Brian, you have work to do. There are some things I want to do. There's some things I want to aspire to be. And one of them is just to be a greater individual, just a great, good, decent, generous, kind person, because I know my personality. There are parts of my personality that I still have to file out, so you've got to be honest with yourself. But for those that are looking on, because I said I was only going to do 15 minutes, and I do have so much more to talk about, but I don't want to do overkill. If you are married, be mindful of those that are not married, and don't ask us those silly questions. I mean, that's just, come on, guys. Not every time, are you married? Are you dating? No, and I'm not looking to. I have a very full life. So while we're waiting, what are we doing? We're staying strong, we're getting wiser, and we're going to continue to enhance our lives. I hope in this short space of time you've gained in some area. I hope that you will think about your being a greater whole person. I'm a one-man show over here, so bear with me. I've got gadgets going on. I really wanted to speak to come out and to speak to everyone, because a lot of times people are not transparent and things can look one way when you're on the outside looking in. But I wanted to connect with other people, other like-minded people that are unmarried, and you might feel a little down on the inside. I wanted to touch you and help you to understand that you've got great value. And until you find that right person, keep becoming a greater person yourself. There's a wonderful world out here, and there's plenty for us to do. And if you can just help somebody, that will assist you in helping yourself. Last time we came on, I talked about gratitude. I hope you did your homework assignment. This time, ladies especially, I want to give you another homework assignment. How about you buy yourself some flowers? Do it maybe weekly, every 2 weeks. Keep something beautiful around you. You know why? Because you are beautiful and you've got great value. I'm R. Patrice Bryant. Keep doing what you're doing to enhance yourself while we wait. All right, can we do that? Guys, I thank you so much for tuning in. We will be coming on twice a month. I will keep you informed. I want to thank my sponsors again. My sponsors are Mrs. Xavier, Beauty Enhancer. You can find her on Instagram under Mrs. Xavier, Exavier. Also, the Suite of Beauty for all of the beautiful dolls. That's Suite of Beauty, Beaute. You can reach out to me if you missed anything I said in regards to how to contact them. My stylist is Elle. My eyebrows are done by Chelsea Marie. Eyebrows by Chelsea. You can get her on Booksy. You can go online. It's Booksy. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Stay strong. Stay wise. Keep enhancing your life. Have a great day, guys. Until next time. That music is by PJ Lucky, While We Wait. Hi, PJ and Sam. I see you. Love you guys.